Good afternoon, IOBA. My name is TC. So, Daniel Penny's been charged with second degree manslaughter. I think I might have said second degree murder before, but anyway, it's second degree manslaughter. It's a really light charge, I'm told, right? And but it does carry a 15-year sentence. But he's probably not going to go to jail for no 15 years. He may not go to jail at all for that matter. But my thing is this: they have raised almost $1.5 million for this guy's defense, and it's coming in, small donations. I'm thinking, right? Because it's even worse if it's coming in big donations, but it's coming in small donations, and they're building up this big defense fund for this murderer, this super cracker, Daniel Penny murderer. But to me, it says, I don't know, man, how racist and heartless and cold a lot of motherfucking people are. A lot of white people are. And a lot of pseudo white people are. Because there is no way in the hell you could justify what went down on that subway, man. You don't sneak up behind a 140-pound street performer who's homeless and hungry and going through a mental health crisis. You don't sneak up behind him, choke him to death, and then get up and want to call yourself a badass. Sneak up behind him, choke him to death, and then want to get up, call yourself a badass. Decorated U.S. Marine, Daniel Penny. Super cracker extraordinaire. And the people just dumping money on top of him like he did something really great and heroic. Like he did something really great and heroic. Whatever he did, he went at it like a coward. He snuck up behind the guy and choked him to death. A guy who was sick, hungry, homeless, probably hadn't eaten in 2 or 3 days. And people dumping money on talking about he had it coming. Somebody put that in my comment section. I don't usually go down into my comment section because I don't need the aggravation. I really appreciate all the good comments that do come. And I do realize, this is a very small platform right here. And I'm just trying to get my message out. I'm not really trying to do much. But I don't go into my comment section for that reason, because I'm not trying to go back and forth with anybody. But this individual said that Daniel Penny had it coming. You sneak up behind him and choke him to fucking death just because he was hungry and cold and going through a mental health crisis. That's what they mean when they say he had it coming. Anybody that think like that, including the person who wrote that comment, is a backward, inbred Neanderthal motherfucker. That's what that sounds like to me, because that is not in any human way. I think a backward Neanderthal, inbred motherfucker. Because that's no human way to think. It's just not. It's not human and it's not humane. If that were the case, why don't we just roll a goddamn canister into the psych ward of all our hospitals and wipe everybody out who ain't thinking at the level you thinking at, and they going through a crisis? Why don't we do something like that? If going through a mental health crisis and being homeless and being hungry is sufficient reason to kill somebody, why don't we just wipe out everybody who have a fucking meltdown like that and just, stick them with a needle or something? Or have Super Cracker Daniel Penny come over and choke them all to death. That shit sound ignorant, don't it? Any motherfucker body that donated money to that dude's defense fund is a racist, ignorant, inbred Neanderthal cracker motherfucker. And I mean that shit. Because there ain't no way in the fuck that would have went down like that if it was a white man getting choked to death by a big black Marine. 20, 30 pounds heavier than them. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to close. Used to be this motherfucking white boy down on Times Square. I don't even know if he's still down there. He used to wear a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and some tighty whities. And he used to be singing or performing down there. In my view, there was something wrong with the motherfucker. But because he was white, everybody got a kick out of him. What if a big black Marine rolled up on him and just grab him and choke his ass to death? Because he think the white boy is crazy and annoying people. Nah, that shit wouldn't go down. Wouldn't go down at all. All of the shit that white people get away with, if you change the skin tone of the perpetrators, it become a whole different goddamn scenario. What if a bunch of niggas had to storm the Capitol? Y'all heard that one before. This country would be totally motherfucking different. I got my garage door open, so you might be hearing some sounds from outside, but there's a clear double standard in this country. Daniel Penny is not to be congratulated or held up as a motherfucking good Samaritan or a hero or none of that, because he's a fucking coward. And anybody who think like him, y'all already know what I think. So I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to move on to something else next time I talk to y'all. And hey, y'all have a good day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. And I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.